Welcome to Tales by Candlelight, the video series in which I read your favourite, mostly gothic, short stories, poems and extracts from longer works. You let me know what you think in the comments, and then I treat you to a full-length analysis video over on our main Books and Cats channel. Ever wondered what it was like to live through an outbreak of bubonic plague? The dread, the paranoia, the spectacle of human misery? If you share my morbid sensibilities, your answer is probably a resounding yes. Where can we look to find such intel? To the diary of Samuel Pepys, whose meticulous account of daily life during the 1660s documents one of the worst outbreaks of plague London ever faced. Before we dive into some extracts from Pepys's diary, my apologies, I am full of cold at the minute. I'm pretty sure it's not plague, so that's good, but I may sound a bit snufflier than usual this evening. A big thank you to our patrons over on Patreon and channel members here on YouTube for supporting Books and Cats and our Tales by Candlelight series. A quick warning that, unsurprisingly, this evening's reading contains descriptions and suggestions of illness, suffering and death, so do ready yourselves. Lock the doors, bolt the windows, and pray the pestilence doesn't cross your threshold as we enter Pepys's London to watch the horrors of bubonic plague unfold. 7th of June, 1665. This morning my wife and mother rose about 2 o'clock, and with Mercer, Mary, the boy, and W. Hewer, as they had designed, took boat and down to refresh themselves on the water to Gravesend. I lay till 7 o'clock, then up and to the office upon Sir G. Carteret's accounts again, where very busy. Thence abroad and to the Change, no news of certainty being yet come from the fleet. Thence to the Dolphin Tavern, where Sir J. Menace, Lord Bruncard, Sir Thomas Harvey and myself dined upon Sir G. Carteret's charge. And very merry we were, Sir Thomas Harvey being a very droll. Thence to the office, and meeting Creed, away with him to my Lord Treasurer's, there thinking to have met the goldsmiths, or at Whitehall, but did not, and so appointed another time for my lord to speak to them to advance us some money. Thence, it being the hottest day that ever I felt in my life, and it is confessed so by all other people, the hottest they ever knew in England in the beginning of June, we to the New Exchange, and there drunk whey, with much entreaty, getting it for our money, and would not be entreated to let us have one glass more. So took water, and to Foxhall, to the Spring Garden, and there walked an hour or two with great pleasure, saving our minds ill at ease concerning the fleet and my Lord Sandwich, that we have no news of them, and ill reports run up and down of his being killed, but without ground. Here stayed, pleasantly walking and spending but 6 pence till 9 at night. And then by water to Whitehall, and there I stopped to hear news of the fleet, but none come, which is strange. And so by water home, where, weary with walking, and with the mighty heat of the weather, and for my wife's not coming home, I staying walking in the garden till 12 at night, when it begun to lighten exceedingly through the greatness of the heat. Then, despairing of her coming home, I to bed. This day, much against my will, I did in Drury Lane see 2 or 3 houses marked with a red cross upon the doors, and "Lord have mercy upon us" writ there, which was a sad sight to me, being the first of that kind that to my remembrance I ever saw. It put me into an ill conception of myself and my smell, so that I was forced to buy some roll tobacco to smell and chaw, which took away the apprehension. 20th of July, 1665. Up in a boat, among other people, to the Tower, and there to the office, where we sat all morning. So down to Deptford, and there dined, and after dinner saw my Lady Sandwich and Mr. Carteret and his 2 sisters over the water, going to Dagenham's, and my Lady Carteret towards Cranbourne. So all the company broke up in the most extraordinary joy, wherein I am mighty contented that I have had the good fortune to be so instrumental, and I think it will be of good use to me. So walked to Redriff, where I hear the sickness is, and indeed is scattered almost everywhere, there dying 1,089 of plague this week. My Lady Carteret did this day give me a bottle of plague water to take home with me. So home to write letters late, and then home to bed, where I have not lain these 3 or 4 nights. I received yesterday a letter from my Lord Sandwich, giving me thanks for my care about their marriage business, and desiring it to be dispatched, that no disappointment may happen therein, which I will help on all I can. This afternoon I waited on the Duke of Albemarle, and so to Mrs. Croft's, where I found and saluted Mrs. Burrows, who is a very pretty woman for a mother of so many children. But Lord, to see how the plague spreads, it being now all over King Street, at the Axe and the next door to it, and in other places. 30th of August, 1665. Up betimes, and to my business of settling my house and papers, and then abroad, and met with Hadley, our clerk, who, upon my asking how the plague goes, he told me it increases much, and much in our parish. For, says he, there died 9 this week, though I have returned but 6, which is a very ill practice, and makes me think it is so in other places, and therefore the plague much greater than people take it to be. Thence, as I intended, to Sir R. Viner's, and there found not Mr. Lewis ready for me, so I went forth and walked towards Moorfields to see, God forgive my presumption, whether I could see any dead corpse going to the grave. But, as God would have it, did not. But Lord, how everybody's looks and discourse in the street is of death and nothing else, and few people going up and down, that the town is like a place distressed and forsaken. 3rd of September, 1665. Lord's Day. Up, and put on my coloured silk suit, very fine, and my new periwig, bought a good while since, but durst not wear it because the plague was in Westminster when I bought it. And it is a wonder what will be the fashion after the plague is done as to periwigs, for nobody will dare to buy any hair for fear of the infection, that it had been cut off the heads of people dead of the plague. 6th of September, 1665. Busy all the morning writing letters to several. So to dinner, to London to pack up more things thence. And there I looked into the street and saw fires burning in the street, as it is through the whole city by the Lord Mayor's order. Thence by water to the Duke of Albemarle, all the way fires on each side of the Thames, and strange to see in broad daylight 2 or 3 burials upon the bankside, one at the very heels of another, doubtless all of the plague, and yet at least 40 or 50 people going along with every one of them. The Duke mighty pleasant with me, telling me that he is certainly informed that the Dutch were not coming home upon the first instant, and so he hopes our fleet may meet with them. And here, to my great joy, I got him to sign bills for the several sums I have paid on Tanger business by his single letter, and so now I can get more hands to them. This was a great joy to me. Home to Woolwich late by water, found wife in bed, and yet late as was to write letters in order to my rising betimes to go to Povey tomorrow. So to bed, my wife asking me tonight about a letter of hers I should find, which, indeed, Mary did the other day give me, as if she had found it in my bed, thinking it had been mine. Wrote to her from a man without name, owning great kindness to her, and I know not what. But looking it over seriously, and seeing it bad sense and ill wrote, I did believe it to be her brother's, and so had flung it away. But finding her now concerned at it and vexed with Mary about it, it did trouble me. But I would take no notice of it tonight, but fell to sleep as if angry. 7th of September, 1665. Up by 5 of the clock, mighty full of fear of an ague, but was obliged to go, and so by water, wrapping myself up warm, to the Tower, and there sent for the weekly bill, and find 8,252 dead in all, and of them 6,978 of the plague, which is a most dreadful number, and shows reason to fear that the plague hath got that hold, that it will yet continue among us. I hope you found Pepys's commentary on Plague Time London interesting, and if you'd like to hear more tales by candlelight, why not start with my reading of Shirley Jackson's The Possibility of Evil by clicking here next.